Wade and Wade reacts.
We just saw the new Predator Badlands movie, so we thought, hey, let's give you guys a review. So we are going to talk about the movie without spoilers in the beginning, but at the end of the video, we're going to give you a spoiler warning, and if you haven't seen the movie, that'll be your cue to leave the video. So let's get into it.
The movie was spectacular. From an action standpoint, from a choreography standpoint, from an environmental design standpoint, and they gave us the Predator on his home planet. The beginning of the movie starts with a fantastic fight scene between Deck and Quay. And instantly you see that this choreographer amped up the skill and the physical abilities of the Predator. We knew that the Predators and the Yautjas had these insane physical abilities, but we've actually gotten a chance to see those abilities on full display. Talk about agility and strength and skill. This was the perfect display of that.
I really enjoyed this movie, and if you're a fan of the Predator, like a diehard fan of the Predator, I think you're going to enjoy this movie too. And that's a little different from the old movies, as we see the Predator is the hero this time, so you won't see him stalking any humans in this one. He's like the one that's in danger in this movie, which is a good twist to the franchise because we can't keep seeing the same movies over and over. How many times is a Predator gonna hunt humans and then at the end get killed and blow up everybody? I mean, after a while you gotta change it up. So if you're open to change, I think that you should go out and check out this movie.
And plus, this is something that diehard Predator fans have been wanting to see for a long time. It really made no sense for this advanced, highly skilled Predator master hunter race of people being killed by inferior humans. It really made no sense. So this time you get a chance to see the Predator, as he said, as the star of this movie. The Predator is actually the main focus of this film.
Yeah, and let's talk about the creatures of this movie, because this movie did have a lot of creatures in here. And if you're a fan of creatures, I think you'll enjoy this movie too. And it's just like, to give an example, if you've seen any of this movies, it's like, or even TV shows like the Primal TV show that comes on Adult Swim, or King Kong Skull Island. It's like that. If you saw especially the 2004 version with Jack Black and Adrian Brody, if you like that one, then this is the movie for you.
Oh, most definitely. And the way that they introduced those creatures was like a surprise. You didn't expect it. They came on the screen out of nowhere. They really surprised you with these creatures, and the designs of these creatures were definitely top-notch. The character designing team went crazy.
Yeah, and this is not a spoiler because it was in the trailer. The Weyland-Yutani Corporation is in this movie. So if you're also a fan of droids, because they had a lot of sense in this movie. When I say sense, a lot of sense, they had a lot of sense in this movie. So if you're a fan of sense, not too many of them had personality. There's only two of them that had personality, which was the sisters, which you also saw in the trailer. But if you just like the idea of androids and the futuristic tech, this has a lot of that in this too. Now, when it comes to this movie was not perfect. So I'm not going to sit up here and act like this movie was perfect. There was a lot of things with this movie that I did not like. But at the end of the movie, overall, the movie was enjoyable. And I'm going to get into a little bit of those things. Now, when the movie first starts off, it's your classic Predator when the movie first starts off. But as the movie starts to slow down, I think those are the problems. Well, that's when the problems arise in the movie. And I won't get into too deep into it, but we'll get into that in the spoiler section.
I agree 100%. At first, the movie focused completely on the Yautja Deck before they introduced any other characters. And I believe that's when the movie was at its best. Then I think in the third act, the focus went back onto Deck. Of course, he still had to share screen time with some of the other characters that were introduced, but I would say the first and the third act really captured the essence of the Predator.
Yeah, it definitely did. That's why I said it was like that classic Predator feel, and they knew what they were doing. But this one, this time around, is a family-friendly movie. So if you have any kids, you definitely can take your kids to see this movie, because there was a lot of kids when we went to go see the movie that came out of the movie. They was really excited about all the different creatures that were displayed in this movie. So you definitely could take your kids to this one. Now, it does have a lot of violence. If you want your kids to see violence, I can understand you not taking your kids to this movie. But other than that, it's just alien blood and guts. It's like purple and green, and it's no sign of, and white, yeah, like milky white from the droids, but it's no sign of human blood or any type of human mutilation.
I think the kids would definitely enjoy this. Like you said, they had one character in particular that I know the kids are going to enjoy. And if they make some toys or stuffed animals of this particular being, they're definitely going to sell out. I even found that character to be funny. Certain things the character did had me almost in tears. And that's definitely one of the things that the kids will enjoy. And even some adults who like comedy being injected into a serious story, that's a character that will bring that aspect of entertainment out for you.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna lie, I was hating on that part too. The part you talking about, but it was too funny. I just I couldn't help myself. I was like, man, why is this a Predator movie? But I couldn't contain my laughter. That part was funny. So from a scale from whack to masterpiece, where do you rank this film?
If it weren't for the slowing down of this story in the second act, I would give this movie a masterpiece rating. But because that part slowed it down so much and kind of took away the Predator feel from the film, I would say that this movie was super good.
Yeah, I'm going to say that this is, from whack to masterpiece, this is a good film. It's solid. It's not, when you leave the movie, you don't find yourself like feeling like you missed something. This movie satisfies every aspect of what the Predator is, from the culture to the action to the storytelling. You know, each character has an arc that they go on, and it even has a good message in there. Yeah, I didn't expect to get that out of a Predator movie.
Yeah, that was crazy to get a message like that from a Predator movie. We've never gotten a positive message or an encouraging message from a movie in the Predator franchise.
Yeah, but that's a good heartfelt message.
Yeah, it did.
Like you said, that's crazy to get that out of a Predator movie. But yeah, if you're interested in the Predator movie, go check that part out. Now we're gonna get into spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie yet, go ahead and click off the video. But if you have, let's enjoy this part of the video together. There was a part in the comedy part he was talking about was when the Callus had a baby in the movie. You don't really notice the Callus baby until a part that's revealed later in the movie, and they reveal, but it marked the Predator as a part of his clan. So the Predator didn't like this small creature. Deck, he didn't like the small creature. So he was stretching, he was doing all kind of stuff that the creature was copying. So he kept trying to do stuff that the creature couldn't do. So he turned on his sword. So when he turned on his sword was like a laser. You've seen the sword, the trailer, so laser, he sword. Then the little baby got a stick and lit the stick on fire. When that part happened, I was hating. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was hating on that part. When that part, he lit that stick on fire, I couldn't help but laugh. It was funny.
Yeah, that was one of the funniest parts of the movie. As a matter of fact, I started to like that character as the movie went on. It's crazy because the way that the character marked, or the baby Callus, marked the Yachuo Deck as part of his clan or part of his herd was to spit on him. And Deck didn't understand it at first. He was about to take the Callus out, or at least attempt to take him out, because we saw by way of the regenerative nature of the Callus anatomy, you can't really take him out. But he was about to put a beating on him, and the lady said, wait. The droid said, wait. That's his way of marking you and signifying you as part of his family.
Yeah, and this movie had a lot of fight scenes. But I think my favorite fight scene in this movie is when Deck fought the Callus for the first. Well, that's the only time he fought. When he first got to the location where the Callus was located and they fought, I think that's the best fight in the movie.
Oh yeah, definitely the best fight in the movie. It showed a lot of wrinkles in Deck's game. It showed his strategy making ability. It showed off his physical skills, showed off his agility, his strength, his ability to improvise and adapt in the fight, regardless of what the Callus threw at him. But he could not overcome the regenerative abilities of the Callus. If the Callisk did not have the abilities to regenerate to the degree that it did, man, Deck would have took that Callisk out a couple times.
Yeah, and I like that this movie flipped the way the protagonist usually beats the predator on his head in this movie, because usually the protagonist of the movie is a human, and they're gathering all their tools and all the things they're going to need and traps to kill the predator at the end. But this time, Deck, he gathered all the tools that he was going to need to fight against the Sims. I like how he booby-trapped the area, and he had some creative weapons that he made as well.
Oh, for sure. He actually used some of the alien creatures that previously tried to delete him on this planet. He used some of them as allies, and the way that he made those creatures his allies was definitely creative.
Yeah. So like we said earlier in the review, the creatures in this movie were crazy. They had that bird, that insect, I don't know what that was, but whatever that thing was that had a mouth and tentacle legs, that thing, I would hate to be in the area with that. And then even like everything was deadly. It was at that point where he was getting ready to try to eat that worm.
Yeah.
And he looked at it.
To a bomb.
Yeah, it turned like, dang, you can't catch a break on this planet.
I also enjoyed the interactions between the droids that Elle Fanning played. They were the most aware droids or synths in the movie. They had feelings. They had the ability to interact with other beings on a real emotional, empathetic level. But they were also at odds with one another because of their feelings. And they were more loyal to the people that they had a more authentic connection with. Tessa was more loyal and connected to their mother. I think their mother was like an AI program herself, right?
Yeah, Mother is like the little AI that's in all of the alien movies.
And Thea built a genuine connection with Deck and the baby Callisk. Even though she recognized Tessa as her sister, she cut her ties with Tessa and her creator to be an ally and an aid to Deck and the baby Callisk.
Yeah, and when it comes to the Predator movies, where would you rank this?
That's a good question. I would say this is one of my favorites. I would probably say Predator 1 is first on my list because you had so many amazing actors in that movie. You had Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, Jesse Ventura. You had a whole lot of people that made that movie as compelling as it was. Plus, it was the introduction of the Predator. You had never seen this creature before. Then the creature is revealed. Then at the end, once Arnold Schwarzenegger's character defeats the Predator, you see the face reveal. Then he detonates an atomic bomb. So after that, I would say probably Predator 2 and then Predator Badlands.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go like that too. I'll probably say Predator 1, Predator 2, Predator Badlands, and then after that Predators, and then the rest of the films that follow. Because if this was like a hardcore Predator movie, then with this story and it was like more adult, then I probably would have put it a little bit higher, like maybe even second after the first one. But I just, with the kitty and all that, I won't say it was kitty, but it was family friendly. It makes sense because it's the highest grossing Predator movie.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for them to do that if you want to continue the franchise, because the past formula, even though it was entertaining, it didn't work.
True.
So they're trying to build a franchise, so I think this is the right way to go. But hopefully in the future, they have a little bit more gritty Predator. It doesn't have to be all the way really hardcore gore and all that kind of stuff, but I would like something a little bit more serious.
Oh yeah, me too. And I'm hoping that's the direction they're going in for the second one, because at the end of the movie, after Deck defeated his father, who was also the clan leader, his mother came. And the members of his father's clan, once they saw Deck's mother approaching, they drew their swords and their weapons in preparation for battle. So hopefully they do give us a more serious tone in the next movie, which Badlands did have a serious tone, minus the second act. Hopefully they do have some comedy to keep the new fans that enjoyed this movie, but I want that serious tone to be there. I don't want too much playfulness in this, because it's not supposed to be like Guardians of the Galaxy or some other type of Marvel movie. I don't think the Predator should resemble that.
Yeah, and bring back Dan Trachtenberg. Hopefully I said his last name right, because bruh's 3 for 3. He did Prey, he did Killers, and now Badlands. So bring bruh back for a fourth movie, and if you want to do a franchise, let him choose the directors. Make him the Kevin Feige of the Alien and Predator universe and let him pick the directors.
I think that's what they should do, because I want to see this trend continued, and I want to see Predator as the Predator should be.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. This has been our review for Predator Badlands. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that share button. And we'll see you in the next video, and we're out of here.